here's your tropical weather bulletin.
And welcome to a different format. My name is David Tones, and here is the host for a tropical weather bulletin, and Tim. Evening, Tim.
Good evening, David, and good evening to the viewers. This is your tropical weather bulletin for tonight, June 17th, 2019.
Apology, viewers. I thought everything was working.
Okay, do we have audio now, viewers? Okay. Okay, so you hear both of us. Okay.
That's good.
Okay, just David.
Okay.
So we're hearing David, but not hearing me.
Uh,
Let me see if I can remedy that. See if that's any better. No, you did not hear Strat.
No, Strat. It's just myself and Tim. We thought.
Okay. So we got audio on both now. All right.
Okay. Once again, apology, viewers. We thought Nathan's unavailable. He did ask me to fill in for him, and I thought we would undertake a bit of a experiment to save time. And what Tim is doing, he's providing all the information, and considering that things are now operating smoothly, Tim, would you like to just highlight the main parts, and acknowledging that there are various evacuations, cancellations in place over there in the Philippines due to this tropical storm?
Yeah, and we'll take this off from the top again. We apologize to the viewers. We kind of put this together on the last minute since Nathan was not available. Nathan is off for the night. He will hopefully be back tomorrow to do the next tropical weather bulletin. So we'll start back at the top with the National Weather Service Enhanced Display Radar here at the United States Studios, where the remnants of Barry are creating some serious flooding issues for the New England region, as we do see off of the radar. Some flood warnings in and around some of the boroughs of New York City back into New Jersey. So that's what's going on with Barry. National Hurricane Center and Weather Prediction Center still marking it as a tropical disturbance. Still has it as 10 miles per hour, believe it or not. But we will go through RAM imagery here, and we will start with what I still consider the top story of the night. And that is going to be Tropical Storm Danas, which is up here. Let me pull my notes up for this one. Danas sitting at 23 north, 125 degrees east. Still currently sitting at 40 miles per hour. The current model guidance, and we'll look at HWARF right quick, has it maybe still becoming a minimal typhoon if it can break away from its other core just to the southwest, which is 91W, and we'll cover that here just shortly. And the model guidance still want to take it to a minimal typhoon as it goes just to the south of mainland Japan, might impact the Ryukyu Islands as it goes through. And the GFS does have something very similar to it. I'll actually back this up, where it does have it impacting the Ryukyu Islands, maybe going just to the south. Actually, the GFS actually takes it to the north of Japan as a moderate typhoon, may just miss to the north before it does go up into the Sea of Japan there between Japan and Russia. And then the next feature we have, we'll go back to the RAM imagery, is the area that I have right here. This is 91W. Approximate location is 18 north, 119 degrees east. JTWC marking with a 40 to 60% chance of tropical cyclone formation, getting into the models on that one. HWARF wants to take it and develops it into, looks like a moderate tropical storm, as it does maybe miss Taiwan just to the south, and then may impact, it may actually stall and then maybe impact southern Taiwan, and then maybe hit mainland China, and the GFS initializes it something very similar to it, actually takes it right maybe off the coast of Japan, maybe hit a few of the Ryukyu Islands as it moves back to the northeast. Then the next feature we have is out here. This is 90W. Approximate location is 17 north, 137 degrees east. JTWC has less than 40% chance of tropical cyclone formation with it. Let me get on the right one here. And the GFS is the only one that's actually picking up on this, and it actually turns this into almost a minimal typhoon as we go out over the few hours. It may actually impact the same area that Danas may impact a few days from now, where it could impact the Japanese mainland as a typhoon and then follow up to the same path as Danas into the Sea of Japan. And then the next feature, which the JTWC has not picked up on it.
Tim, I'd just like to pop in. Joint Typhoon Warning Centre has issued a tropical cyclone formation alert for, I think it's 99. 99W.
Okay, 99W.
I think I'm just on their main page, Tim, and it's actually it's got 99W as low chance, but I've actually issued a cyclone formation alert.
And that's actually going to be the next area that we're going to discuss, as JTWC just not picking up on 99W, and it's really hard to pick it out off the RAMMB imagery. But 99W is this feature way out here in the West Pacific, not really impacting any land right now. It is at 8 north, 162 east for approximate location.
Tim, sorry to do it to you again. It's 91W. I've issued
91W.
91W. That's further west. It's below Dundas.
Yeah, actually had covered 91W. It is the area just to the northwest of Luzon. So that was one I just covered. Model Guidance does have that taking possibly into Taiwan and maybe mainland China a couple days out. And then we have 99W, which is what I have circled on RAMMB imagery, at 8 north, 162 east. No forecast on that just yet. It is less than 40% chance of forming. And then we'll switch up satellite views and we will go to the GOES 17, as we have two features in the West Pacific. And let me see if I can get my notes here of where they're at. The first one is this area. First area is just to the south of the Gulf of Tehuantepec. It's probably about 300-400 miles south of Oaxaca. That is 97E at 10.5 north, 99 degrees west. National Hurricane Center has this area at less than 40% chance of forming. And then getting into the other feature, which is just off to the west of it, it is right here. That is 98E at 11.5 north, 124 west. And we actually do have a couple models on it. Surprising, David, the GFS is the only one that's picking up on either of these. And we will play the model out for 97E, as it looks like it's going to keep it mainly just as an invest. It does not look like the GFS develops it up at all. And then getting into 98E, which is just to the west of it. It looks like 98E may try to make a run for tropical storm, but it's going to be out in an area where it's not going to really influence anything at the latitude it's at. It's definitely going to be too far south to make any impacts on Hawaii. And then lastly, we have the remnants of Barry. National Hurricane Center still does have it designated at 40.6 north, 82 west. Weather Prediction Center still has it showing winds of 10 miles per hour. It's brought some heavy rains over the New England area through most of today's. Had some severe thunderstorm warnings there. And by the time we get into the next day or two, it's pretty much going to become non-existent. The low itself will be over central New Jersey as we go into tomorrow and into Friday. And then by that time, it will be finally out to sea and no more. So that's currently what we have going on in the tropics. If you guys do have any questions for us, you can tag at Force13. We'll be here just for a few more minutes. I do apologize to the viewers for this being a very very shoddy TWB, but since Nathan had the night off and requested an update, this was what we could put together on short notice. I don't think we have any questions. So, David, back to you.
Thanks, Tim. As he said, this was a fill in, and we should be back to the normal format tomorrow. So the tropical scene is definitely heating up. Tim, just before we go, I cited a little bit of activity possibly in the East Pack.
Yeah, there are two invests out there, and actually, the one thing I didn't cover right quick, and I don't think I have it up on my screen, or do I? Because I did not cover the sea surface temperatures, and I didn't cover the wind shear, so that is a little bit of my bad myself. But we'll go through the wind shear real quick. I know we didn't touch on the Atlantic since there's nothing out there. But here is the wind shear for the U.S. A lot of the area is starting to get a little bit favorable. We're seeing 5 to 10 shear off the Atlantic in through the Central Atlantic and down there in the West Caribbean. That's a hot spot we've been keeping an eye on for a while for anything that may come out of there. Right now, there is no features out there that is going to be really anything noteworthy. Getting into the shear for the East Pack, as where our two invests are, shear is very low, 5 to 10 knots in and around those areas. And then getting into the West Pack, where we do have 91W now under a tropical cyclone formation alert. It's going to have a little bit of trouble getting together as it's going to be under 25 to 30 knots. And then tropical storm Danas sitting under 10 to 15 knots of shear. So that's going to be very favorable for it to make that run to typhoon status as it does start getting up into the Ryukyu Islands. 90W to the southwest of it might not become anything. It's under 30 knots of wind shear. And then 99W down here in and around the, out in the middle of nowhere, really more than 5 or 6 days from Palau, just to the east of the Philippines. And it's under 30 knots of wind shear. So in terms of tropical cyclone formation right now, the NAS is going to be probably have the best chance of making typhoon out of all of the systems. And the one thing I didn't have up, if I can find it, I might have to pull it up here right quick, is the sea surface temperatures. And I do apologize, my email just alerted me. I had an email. Apologize to the viewers for that being on air. But yeah, there we go. And there we go. Sea surface temperatures. Most of the main areas we'll be keeping an eye on. Gulf of Mexico still very warm, 29 and 30 degrees Celsius. Atlantic is starting to warm up very nicely. You get into the 26 degrees Celsius area, where we will be keeping an eye on that as we go into August for more main development region storms. Getting into the North Indian Ocean, temperatures are very favorable there, 29 and 30 degrees, but I don't believe there's anything in that area that would be favorable of tropical cyclone development. And I know we didn't cover the South Indian Ocean, as there is an invest there. Meteo France is marking that at 40% chance of formation. And the viewers asking why the bad quality. I'm actually presenting, so I'm having a screen share onto our Discord chat. So I do apologize for the poor quality on this. Again, this was something we kind of put together on the last moment fly. And then getting into the West Pack, into the sea of into the North China Sea, temperature is still very favorable there, 29 almost 30 degrees Celsius. Going up into the Ryukyu Islands, also 30 degrees Celsius, and out into the Central West Pacific, again 30 degrees Celsius. So those sea surface temperatures are very favorable for something to develop, but the shear is going to be keeping it very quiet over the next few days.
And as we come to the end of this update on the global scene, I have noted some of the comments in the chat, and keep an eye on the channel, our Facebook page, and I'll most likely do an update in about 7 hours from now. So, Tim, appreciate your help.
Yeah, not a problem. And the viewers are definitely feeding off the typo that we have.
Yes.
We do apologize to the viewers. As we said, we kind of threw this together, so there is going to be a few bugs and glitches here and there. And as you have said many times, David, it does happen.
Okay, well, I haven't got the usual ending, so we will now stop the stream. But as I said, stay tuned to the channel, and bye for now.